Pich, it is time for the much acclaimed segment where it's been getting 5-star reviews and 2 thumbs up everywhere you look. Magic the Card Gathering. This is when Jason reaches into his treasure trove of Magic cards to tell some tales about our favorite franchise, the Orlando Magic. Pich, take it away.
I be digging into the treasure trove. Here it is right here. It's a binder.
That's anticlimactic, dude. It's gotta be something.
Everyone was picturing a nice treasure chest that which I would keep them in if I had one. So, someone wants to give me one.
Christmas is coming.
Ooh, Santa, I've been a good boy. All right. Well, we've got our regular 5 categories of fun here today. We're going to start it out with background crashers. Right here, I've got a card of Mr. Brian Shaw. Ooh. And as you can see, crashing the card here. Oh, that's Greg Anthony. That would be father of Cole Anthony, making his appearance on an Orlando Magic card right there. Shaw had 3.5 seasons with Orlando, most notably the 95 finals run. He had 10 threes in those 4 games that we got swept in, by the way. So he was balling. And so Greg Anthony is obviously Cole's dad, and he's an analyst on TV. And he's also an analyst in NBA 2K22, which is pretty fun because if you're playing and he's actually doing a Cole Anthony game, he has a lot of little insights about Cole as a player. They actually reference him being his father, and it's pretty fun. So I'm sure Magic fans should try to check out a game where Greg's calling it. It's pretty fun.
That's cool. I recently read an article that was posted around the draft about Cole and his family. We saw his mother sitting sideline, and Cole and his mother and Greg are divorced. His mother's a really well-known attorney and writer too. I mean, she's super successful in her own right. And Greg, the relationship that he had with Cole was very much of, a mentor and pushing Cole back and forth. But Cole was always hyper competitive. He asked his dad, "When was the first time you dunked, Dad?" And he said 9th grade. So Cole dunked in 8th. And that was just kind of the way that Greg described his son to the reporter as, he just keeps going.
All right. Next up, we got rookies. And right here, I've got Mr. Elfrid Payton on the rookie card. And looks like he's doing a staged dunk. That was in a real game. From Louisiana Lafayette. He was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, actually, 10th overall in the 2014 draft. He was then traded that day to Orlando for Dario Saric and a 2nd rounder, which became Willie Hernan Gomez, and a 2018 1st rounder, which became Landry Shamet. And now Elfrid and Shamet are teammates on the Suns. So I feel like we got the short end of that deal, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But I remember really liking Elfrid. He played a lot with the Knicks the last couple of years, but now is kind of just hanging out on the Suns bench. I really thought he was going to be something. He had a lot of triple doubles at first, and it seemed like he was going to be a guy who could do everything. And I mean, you watched the team a lot during this time, so maybe you can speak a little bit.
I mean, he just kind of looked like he was going to be that like Russell Westbrook kind of guy, triple double machine. Maybe he wasn't going to fill it up with points all the time, but you just loved what you saw. You thought his defense was going to be there, and he was a good defender. It's just he never really seemed to make that leap after that, 2nd, 3rd year. You just kind of plateaued, and you're like, dang, man. I was rooting for him, but it didn't work out. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, player comparisons are tough to make. When you hear about him after the fact, you could laugh and be like, holy crap, that's funny. But like when you hear him at the time, there's a reason that you try to compare players to other ones because you think this is what their style is. I mean, let's not forget that Morrison from Gonzaga was compared to Larry Bird. So the Bobcats were like, give me that. And that wasn't right either. So, I mean, but there's a reason why they do those comparisons. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't.
They always struggle to compare white players though. Cause it's like, I feel like they always just compare white players to other white players. They're just like, ooh, I mean, it's like people can't compare a dude if they don't look like similar. That boggles my mind, but Morrison as Larry Bird.
That's a diversity issue.
Point in case. Case in point.
All right.
What's next, Pich?
Next up, we've got he played in Orlando, and I've got this card here of Mr. Mark Price. Mark Price was a 4-time All-Star with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He had an 11-year career, and he ended it in Orlando. He played 63 games in his final season, Mark Price was a victim of the young Michael Jordan stopping Cavs teams that were very good with Brad Daugherty, and that he could have done more, but he had a nice career, a pretty great player. And I know in the past, he played in Orlando segment, we have had coaches, former NBA coaches or college coaches. Mark Price currently coach at the University of Charlotte. So another coach for you.
So the legend continues.
Next up, we've got Who the Hell Is That? And I submit to thee, Shamond Williams. Shamond, probably most known for having the first name Shamond. Shamond Williams played with the Magic 37 games in 03-04. He was signed as a free agent, but after just those 37 games, he was traded to the New Orleans Hornets for a guy we just had to have named Sean Rooks. He had an 8-year career that was not very memorable. And since we're talking coaches, he's an assistant coach at Old Dominion.
Good on you, Shamond.
Hey. And then lastly, we have our stat of the week. Here's a guy that probably has not gotten enough run on the show. This one is shiny. This is a prism, baby. This one's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Nikola Vucevic was a stat stuffer for the Orlando Magic, all-time leader in 2-point field goals, and I believe 4 or 5 different categories. But I want to talk about the category that he's second all-time in, and that's rebounding. This guy rebounded the crap out of the ball. And since the Magic have gotten rid of him, I have not quite seen that rebounding ferocity that I need. I need Mo Bamba and I need Wendell Carter to get on the boards and get into rebounds, because I am all about the rebounds. And right now there's a lot of shooting and then running back the other way. There's not even anybody inside the 3-point line sometime when we shoot. I missed when Vooch was there because there was always a chance of getting a second chance point. And I saw Rolo do it a couple times the other night, and it got me very excited, more excited than someone should when your team's getting blown out by the Bucks. But Vooch was a great player, arguably one of the better players in Magic history. He's coming off a little bit of a COVID scare. Hopefully he returns soon, and we wish him all the best. I know you're a big fan of Vooch. Speak on him.
Vooch, I mean, he was formative in my college years. Thank you, Vooch. I appreciate you.